Hey there, happy Saturday there, it's me Victor. I'm doing a weekly recap for the YouTube channel. Hopefully you had a great trading week. Overall, again, all these are for educational purposes only, not advice, okay? But overall, first month back trading, really only traded the last two last week, as you can see right here. The rest were just scratches. I was just testing things out to say, except for right here, I did try. But other than that, overall, I'm up for the month. Again, small gains. It's what it's all about. Overall, P&L for the month is roughly $488. Again, it's just testing new things here. Great last week overall. I'm gonna go over the trades which I took for that week. Again, the goal is really to be selective. I'm trying to develop and work on a system which I have been trying to study and I've been watching over the past 2 years. So really just focusing on that. So let's just go trade by trade real quick. I'm not going to make this long because I'll have some plans for today. Go hang out with some friends and family. Hopefully I'll get away from the screens. And sometimes in life you have to sometimes live and put in the work. I'm not saying don't study on the weekends, but sometimes live, okay? But overall, ZVSA, so out of all these trades here, out of the 5 trades, really this one was the only trade that was outside of which I'm trying to, I guess, all these trades right here, these are one specific setup that I'm trying to work on. And ZVSA was an outlier because as a trader, whenever I see a specific setup, I'm going to trade it, whether it's either it works or it doesn't. Okay, I've got to the point in my trading where a loss doesn't really bother me, nor does a win really bother me. It's just a trade. You're playing the probability, playing the odds, to say. Okay, so ZVSA, as I mentioned in the recap, which I went over during the week, it was a low float runner leading into the market open, and simply no specific news on the stock whatsoever. And again, we're in the market right now where things are kind of running. We're at all-time highs, and again, 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. So who knows? We get been on this massive bull bounce so far. Hopefully we go higher. The higher we go, the better. More opportunities the market will present itself to say. Yeah, so ZVSA, not that one, here we go. ZVSA, I believe they had news, I'm not sure, but heading into market open, I saw this. Let's go back even more, why not? Can I go back 10 days? Let's see here we go. So we had a nice post after hour move, and simply I saw this whenever it reclaimed here, and this is really what I look for heading into market open, stocks that are near their open range high point. And I told myself, if this does get past this high day break, I'll get long. And that's what I did. And I knew that this stock, again, this is a different setup here, okay? It's the same type of play, open range highs, but I know this is not going to be a long-term hold compared to like a stock which I traded on like Jumia. It's a difference, okay? There's a difference here. Same type of play, but this Jumia has a reason to go up. It has fuel, whereas EVSA is just purely momentum. And as a trader, you have to recognize the difference. You have to recognize the different time frames and the different parameters which you're trying to trade. And this one, I knew it was going to be a short trade, and which it was. As I mentioned, I did get long, open range highs, 155, and I sold 213. Okay, I didn't sell perfect. Obviously, you can see here I sold very bad, but it's a gain's a gain. I should have locked it in. And I held through some odds, but a gain's a gain. So that one was a great winner, largest of the week so far. That was a good one. Okay, but the other ones, BTIF is another one as well. Open range high, flag break. This one was perfect. Everything was executed perfect on this one. Again, Bitcoin has been running lately. I'll talk about that maybe down the road. I don't know. I'm promising a video. But BTIF. Perfect breakout, first green day off the bounce here. That's when I got long, and we had a gap up, but we didn't have continuation like I wanted. Therefore, I sold into the gap, and hindsight, a great trade. And again, I'm trying to work on this, but again, I could have held this because it didn't close. Well, it did close below today. Never mind. Yeah, so that was a great trade on that one. BTIF. First bounce right here, as you can see. Let's go on this chart here. All the mess. I'm sorry for all these lines here, but right here, this first green day bounce right here, that's when I got long, open range highs, and I held beautifully and sold into the gap. Again, I want a continuation, but we did not get that. And as a trader, you have to recognize that. And again, if you get stopped out in a stock, you can always get back in. There's nothing stopping you from getting back in. Your job is to minimize the downside, all right? And great trade overall. Again, puny size. Again, 500 shares, small account, okay? But that was a great net win of roughly, what was that percentage-wise? 16%, okay? Jumi I'll talk about last. PLTR is one that's been kind of choppy. This one overall, the same type of game plan. Open range high break. I'm not upset about this one because again, I was somewhat chasing this one to say, but the strategy, the pattern is still there. The pattern was still there, so I wasn't really upset about it to say. As I was trying to get long, as you can see here, this first off, earnings winner, nice reclaim above moving averages, okay, and I got long into this bounce right over here. Where was this, Victor? The 28th. I got long 81 shares, again small size. 28th is right here, I believe. Let's go over here to the daily chart. It'd be better that way. Where was this? Was it right here? 28th is when. Here we go. This day got long right here. Let's just put this here so we go on the daily, intraday. Show better. Now the reason why I got long, you can see the lines here. Open range high break. And again, I don't like chasing a stock in a way. That's what I did. I was chasing this, but again, it would have broken out to open range highs. That's why I got long, and it didn't work out. It stopped me out, and I gave it a lot of time. And it's one of the things I'm working on. That's why I'm experimenting with this to say, because if I use a 5-minute candle on this open range high, sometimes I'm gonna miss early entry, but I won't get shaken out. Where on the 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, if I would use open range highs, I'm gonna have a good entry, but sometimes I may get shaken out. So it's one of the things I'm working on for sure. I mean, I'm not happy about this one to say. In hindsight, I should have never sold because it never closed below the 10-day. So it didn't really, no reason for me to sell that one. But again, this is just stock is very choppy here. As you can see, it tried to break out again right here, but it wasn't able to break out right there. It wasn't able to. So, and it's fading even more. So, very, very, very choppy stock for sure. But overall, I tried. It didn't work out. Big deal. Move on. Overall, testing with this strategy again, things take time. And one more, I traded BITF again pre-market. It's one of those things, largest loss of the week so far. Not too happy about it because overall I don't trade pre-market. I know this, and I still did it anyways. I'm trying to fight off FOMO to say we're all traders. We all want to make money, and I'm trying to learn. Okay, so simply whenever we had the gap right here, when was this? Sold here. This was that trade down. Here we go. Whenever we gapped up right here, my first trade on was right here. Remember I told you about that? I sold into the gap here. The second trade, I saw this gap up. Whenever it gapped up, Bitcoin was going on a massive run. Bitcoin was going, I think, had a massive parabolic spike. It was right in this range. When was this day? This was the 28th. Yeah, so it was right. Come on, now load it. 28th. It was right here. Overnight, it had a massive run, which led to these Bitcoin stocks to gap up. Okay, and whenever it gapped up, it was already over the ranges which I set the day before to get long, and I simply took a small starter on this right here at 376. Pre-market again. From now on, I'm not gonna really trade pre-market unless there's an A+ setup. But I got long at 382 to say, not the best fill in the world, but as I was breaking this range here, and it was kind of more of a anticipation leading into market open to have a nice open range high break past this line right here, and we didn't have that, and we gapped down, and whenever I noticed this was fading, I simply sold because I've seen this more often than not. Whenever stock really fades out of the open, it's very rare it's gonna come back, and it's a good sell by me. Overall, good sell. I mean, because again, within this trading sample size, I'm doing 21 trades with this. That's how I do my things. I'm trying to keep the dollar amount less than. So each trade, I risk $75 to $80, and this is fine. It's kind of out there, but it's fine. I'm trying to limit my losses, to say. So now it's fine. Jumia is one I wish I would have held. This is a 5-star setup I'm about to show you right now. This is the basic principle which I'm trying to show you. Okay, and I was long this from 535, I'm sorry. And this is the basic premise I'm trying to show you here, that I'm trying to learn. So this is a earnings leader, momentum, growth is insane, okay? But the basic premise, okay, you have earnings here, massive run, sideways, then open range highs. And it does it again right here and right there. But the time to buy was right there, and I missed it. I was at work, and it kind of pissed me off, to say, and I kind of chased this, to say, but it kind of worked out for me. I got long, as I mentioned in the video recap, at 535 in this range right here, risking about 15 cents a share, okay? And again, I sold because, number one, it didn't gap up whenever I bought it. I got long right here, and I sold whenever we had this choppy day here. And there's no reason for me to sell. And I'm trying to work on that as a trader, because this is a great setup. Stocks are going to be in a range. Stocks are not supposed to go straight up. Okay, they move in stairs. And if I would have still been in this, it would be a nice winner right now. But it's fine. I mean, there's going to be many plays down the road to watch. But this is the basic strategy, the basic pattern, which I'm trying to master right now. Really focus on is these moves that make, you know, the big move, get a big move. As I mentioned, okay, it's not easy. It takes time. But pretty much a big move goes sideways for a while, a couple days, tightness, volume. Then you have this high day break. That's the basic premise I'm trying to get to you, okay? You want to buy it right here as it's breaking that range. And that's what I'm trying to master. That's the goal for this upcoming month, March. Just focus on these setups. And again, it's hard because I have, part of me wants to go back. Now, I still look at momentum scans, like the big percent gainers, but it's just so hard doing that. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is. You just have to be selective with that, okay? But overall, great week, okay? I'm happy with everything that's been going well. I'm looking forward to March, to say, and we'll see what happens. But again, just focus on what I'm best at, and focus on being patient in your trading. You don't have to trade every day. Just focus on select setups. That's all you gotta do. And we'll see what happens down the road. I'm not sure. But a couple of stocks I'm watching for next week is Real had a nice earnings winner lately. I believe they have positive growth. I'm not sure, to be honest. I can look real quick, I would say. Let's see here. Yeah, positive growth next year, so it's for sure one to watch. Again, open range highs. I wouldn't mind getting along that one. BTYX, similar play. It's kind of getting overextended, so ideally I want this to pull back somewhat, then go again. OSHA, same type of play here. It's putting a flag here. Ideally open range highs over this 213 level, and I think this can go, in my opinion. The sideways the better, but we'll see about that one. Jumia, I already mentioned. Trail the 10-day. Ideally this is going to go higher. It says ran in the past. Great one overall. GTHX. It broke out Friday. I kind of wanted this to base earnings, gapper earnings winner here. Growth is positive. But again, as you can see here, surfing the moving averages, and it broke right here on Friday. I kind of wanted it to hold, but it went either way, and I missed it. I had no day trades Friday, so it's no big deal. But likely this will continue. VKTYX, Viking, higher play stock, but the same pattern, still the same. Higher lows, open range highs over the 87-81 level. That's one to watch for sure. The CVAs, Carvana, beautiful setup here, beautiful setup. Again, same deal. Earnings, massive spike, 2 days of sideways, and open range highs. And it did break out. Well, it's hovering after hours. Yeah, it's hovering after hours, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this go over that level. Hopefully not. Hopefully we pull back and go more sideways. That'd be even better. Another one, IOVA, same type of play here. These therapeutic stocks are really tricky because they move very slow, but the patterns are still there. Nice higher lows over the high day 1720s. We could see a potential move. EBS, another earnings winner from the past. This was really surfing the moving averages quite well. This was going to be on top watch for next week for sure. Again, surfing, as long as it's surfing, it's in a range. Over 360 for sure, it's a potential play. On that one. Go to another earnings and growth stock for sure. This has gone in the past. Beautiful. You have a move here, earnings, as you can see here, gap and surfing the moving averages. More sideways the better. I would want this to pull back ideally. But if we have that push back towards 842, that's gonna be a great buy signal for myself. So potentially on that one. BBI AI stocks have been running, so this is kind of an iffy one. I have this on my back watch list for sure. It did fade to close, so it's not really a good sign. But we'll see. This is really going to go off Sohn. Sohn they reported earnings this past weekend, and it's to be expected. You want to sell the news to say, but I think this is going to still. It held the 50 EMA to a T, so I say this is not done. And I think this can come back to 7 at least over the next couple of weeks, maybe days. I don't know. Ideally, base and go higher. It's all going to move off with AI, of course. They had good earnings, but same with this one. We'll see what happens with this one. Ideally, bases and goes higher. But now AI and Sun and BBAI are the ones to watch for sure. And this one as well, CXAI, is an AI stock, I believe. Is it an AI stock? Yes, it's an AI stock. This one's for sure going to be on top radar. Again, AI sector the theme has been kind of hot lately. This is the one to watch. Look how it's surfing the moving average. It's very choppy stock, but this is great for small accounts, in my opinion. ADR is high. But over this 345 level, that is the plan here. Even 310, but you want to buy it just right, okay? But we'll see about that one, okay? But that's really all I want to talk about, okay? Again, the goal for this upcoming month is just to be selective and not to force anything. Just take it trade by trade. That's all you can do, okay? And we'll see where I am a month from now. I'm not sure. The only goal really is just to stay in the game, to say. That's the only goal of this. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully you have a great first week of March of trading next week, and I'll see y'all soon.